Hello and welcome to another coaching video, and in this one we have a Diamond Briar versus a Diamond Udyr. Now the enemy team, the red team in this particular case, have decided to late invade and steal this red buff. The blue team were not in a position to do anything about it, and our Rakan goes to face check. Our Briar is like, you know what, I'm just going to finish the Raptors quietly here and then make the next move. Now obviously in this particular case, you see the whole red team dissipate down, and you have to question, why would they be doing that in the first place? And the answer to that is, I don't know. I keep covering these things in all of these videos, in every coaching session when people do it. I'm like, why do you cheese these late invades? Why do you try to go for these things when Briars are starting in Raptors? When a lot of junglers are still starting in Raptors? Now, we're going to go with the E secondary there and obviously use that for a mega disengage. W will be up in about 3 seconds. You know, we can keep on fisting and fighting this thing. This is one way to do it. And that's why I'm showing you this, because there's another way we can do it. So, when you start off level 1 and you're like, hey, I'm going to sit here and do my Raptors, there will be a main channel video talking about this current meta coming hopefully tomorrow. And the enemy team like, yes, we invade late on the red. You're Udyr, right? What does Udyr want to do? What do you want to accomplish with that champion? Fiddle, Karthus, things like this. Hey, we want a sequence. We want a sequence, control our cams, get level 4, let Briar do the fistings that she wants to do, avoid her if we don't win, and if we do win, we fight her, and then look for a quick, critical, and lethal counter-jungling moment, or any sort of mistake-punishing moment. Now, though, you're playing directly into her hands. You're low, she's low, she sees the bottom lane, she just cuts back and tries to do this. And this brings into question, what should you do in these scenarios? Will Flash get the Triumph proc as well? Obviously, we have the bleed damage heal passive as well. And we have the kill there by the Rakan and the Ziggs onto the Ashe. Karthus kills the Ziggs. Briar's going to come back into the game here. If you want help implementing this information into your own game, I have a free jungle improvement resource and a dedicated program where we have jungle video courses, jungle coaching VOD libraries, weekly coaching classes, Q&As, patch note rundowns, private high elo streams, as well as a private jungle Discord. And I know how to make junglers convert from low elo to gold to emerald to diamond to master plus. If you want to climb faster than anybody you know, jungle diff every game you play, head to virkayu.gg. This is what I'm seeing a lot of at the moment. That's why I'm showing you this complete diamond fiesta, D1, D2, master tier player involved, and you're asking like, what is exactly going on here? Why is this even allowed? Let's go back in time, shall we? We go over here, let's sprint it up and zoom in. They're going on the late invade, and our team also going on the late invade, and now they're going back down to here without considerations for what the red team might be doing. But then we understand. Here is where you decide, where you split your strategy. Udyr's doing my red, he's going to do my Krugs. Bottom lane are fisted, they're ruined. The enemy bot lane are going to win. I cannot stay here and fight this. My champion doesn't allow it. Okay. Do your full blue quadrant if you want. Especially seeing as it's regular in these cases when you have like a Rengar late invade that don't want to go red Raptors. And obviously here that's not going to be possible because there won't be no Raptors. And then they'll cross here to protect from your counter jungling. As an Udyr, I don't like it. But as a Briar, if you do this, and you could simply cut up and obviously make sure if you don't have a scanner, there is risk that the top lane are warded and tracked it. So like, you know, you kind of have to hedge, you know, do I just want to do my blue side and assess where the Udyr ends up? Do I want to kind of take a higher risk and do Raptors and just cut up and do all of this as well? You know, the problem is you're going to do his Raptors and red, you won't be level 3. You're going to need the Krugs to be level 3. So that's where it's like, whoa, you know, like there's a lot of things to consider. And in the end, with this kind of champion, it's better just to go for the mega fights, as we saw when hanging around. There we go, we killed the Karthus as well. Now we're 2-0-1. Out of base, where do you think that Udyr's going to go at this particular stage? Udyr could very easily come down to the blue side, sequence up. He could also go to his red and sequence down. Now, it's ruined. Should have paused. We saw on the minimap, he did his red. Now, why would he do the red here? Why is this a better decision? Because the Briar will either go back to base with a lot of gold, come topside, know you're there from pathing blue up, collapse and kill you. So if we can take this and path down, there's no way in hell, considering you took her red and she only took Raptors, that she's gonna go to the bottom side here. She's 100% gonna go to the top side. So let's take away this counter jungling, control the bottom side, leverage ourselves for a 355 4-minute counter jungling of the Raptors, and offset or fix or whatever we need to do to the bottom lane, you understand? So Briar stays out. In this case, I think with 1200 gold, you know, you're probably worried about the Udyr counter jungling you just a little bit, and I get it. But at the same time, I kind of like the idea of just going back to base and skipping the Krugs. In this situation, once you 2-0-1, you don't need to do the Krugs. Go back to base, buy, and go straight to your top side. If this guy dares invade you right here, he will die. If he takes your blue and runs into you, he will die. There's no reason at all to do the Krugs and then reset. Right? Reset immediately, 2-0-1, spend your cash money gold. Cool. Go top side. Protect, snack, all of this stuff, including the Grump, crucially the Grump instead of the Krugs. We take this obviously away from him. He's going to be sequencing down. He hasn't shown up here. Now these will be up, these will respawn, and that means we can have nice quadrant sequencing. The problem with what the Briar's done here, and I think we have an issue with the scoreboard showing, there you go, is that currently the Wolves are going to respawn, the Krugs are going to respawn, but the Grump's still up and the Raptors are now up. So like our quadrants are just messy and ugly and gross, and as my daughter started saying when she sneezes, yucky. There you go, yucky. But we could have just based and then had a better time, I think. Obviously, this is a great gank. We love this gank here. This is lovely. Let me just take away the announcements because they get in the way. But that's nice. Like this is solid stuff. You know, you nice fist here. You understand you can do that, but if you cannot, if your champion does not allow it, don't die. Give up your Krugs, let your bottom lane go to lane, and then just take this whole red side quadrant, gank top lane, full back to this stuff, get this Scuttle Crab, gank mid lane as well. Let the guy ruin what his game plan is, because an Udyr obviously wants a sequence, and if he wants to invest time doing this, I don't mind, man, because in this meta, when you counter jungle, that's when you get your advantages. So, really messy level 1 and early game. And now, you know, our Krugs are going to respawn, obviously, shortly. With 3-0-1, that's great, but our Grump's still level 1 on the top side. I feel like we could have kept the Krugs level 1 on the bottom side, taken the Grump, and then had a better system for the next rotation. Now, obviously, here Udyr's going to show up on the bottom side. Obviously, he has done a full sequence down. I think at this point we understand fully that that's exactly what's going on. We now have a look. Okay, I see, I'm level 4. He's level 4. Ziggs turns it around and kills the Carpus. And now Udyr is like, let me hold this wave. Briar's like, if you push it, maybe I can do something to you, sir. Let's have a look. Tries. Stunned. Berserk. Trail. E. Woof. The damage is huge. Champion's still broken. That's also why we're doing this, because the champion is those are the language and the words that you use to describe a balanced state. Win rate doesn't represent it, but that's where her power is, in that level of verbal power, right? There's no Z tier. It's above Z tier. Much like where Hecarim is going to be if they go through with those buffs next patch for some ungodly reason. Champion can't be bad for one goddamn patch before they, There we go! Oh, he held it too long. We needed the damage. Close. Close, but maybe we kind of held that too long a little bit. But again, nice translation from bottom lane, aggression, through the river, into that mid lane gank. Cool, now we can fall back, obviously. But here you're seeing the quadrant issues, and Ashe, I don't know what she's doing exactly, but as always, keep your eyes open. We have pressed the button, you are gonna die. Always pay attention to these over pushes. That, like, I know you want to go back and do this, but just go get the free kill. Push the wave. You know, this guy's gonna have to go back and full sequence down again. You know, you have the tempo. You have the tempo. 33 CS to 34, and that's the point of this as well. Briar's gonna be 4-0-1 with 33 CS. What are you gonna do about it? Champion's broken. You didn't ban it for some reason. I don't know what you're banning instead, but hey, should have banned it. Udyr, the farming sequence and counter jungling jungler who needs to scale a little bit more versus all of this early fighting. So play to your strengths. Don't play to their strengths, play to your strengths. She will get these things. It's okay. Relax. Get yours though. Because when you get yours, and she gets hers, and you both play properly, you're both equal strength, and it's about how you translate that impact onto lanes. And in this particular case, obviously, let's have a look here. Bottom lane is terrible, and mid lane is, you know, a little bit in Nifrier's favor. Top lane is an island. Like, the gold lane is mostly equal, but a lot of the gold is 1,000 of that is in the Briar, and the rest is, like, added up over the map. So, yeah, whew, I don't know. But I know categorically, and again, in the video I'm launching on the main channel, whoa, hello, let's go, action, action. You know, I show an example where Lee Sin has 29 CS, and I had like 88. And that's not a clickbait, that's literally what it was. In fact, in-game, the screenshot was 92 to 29, because I didn't see him get 2 more camps in the darkness, but still looked cool when I pressed tab. That guy invaded me. I was 0-1, I was 0-1-0. No kills, no assists. But that was my lead, right? And then I met him in the river, and I so killed him because I have more golden experience, and that's what it's about, not the KDA, the golden experience, and the guy cried. complaining. It's like, well, you tried to invade me, I outsmarted you, I passed you, and then I counter-jungled you a bunch of times while you had failed gank attempts. In the meantime, the Briar is like, you know, I'm okay with him doing this. I'm just going to run across mid lane here, shoot my ult, and it's going to hit the AA trucks. Yo, Aaron! And we get that kill. Now we can shove this out. Nice bait by the Fury up here. Now, obviously, the Udyr is going to be on the bottom side because he's sequencing top to bottom, which, of course, we know, which means we get a free Herald. And this guy should know that she's going for the free Herald, and then he should probably just go and do the Dragon. But Diamond thing's a little slow on the uptake compared to Master Tier players sometimes. Here we go. Good job. You finally recognized what was going on. Red side should all be down from the Briar, from his perspective. And then we see him. Oh. Oh. This is not a good support. No. This. Look. Get it. But this guy, he's multi. He's like. It's like, I wanted that. I pressed R, man. I pressed R. Give me something. Briar takes a Herald, falls back to a blue buff, sees Aatrox pushing blindly for no particular reason, says, hey, let's go in again. Obviously, remember, you press your W, you've got your Q to stun, so you hit that, so you got your Berserk active. While you hit armor penetration, attack speed, you got your E to finish, disengage, to absorb damage, and obviously to cancel your Berserk as necessary. R sends you with boosted steroid stats in every direction, plus a more violent chase until death Berserk button. So, her kit's relatively simple. She's not that complicated. She's just a stat check champion, and she's way too strong at the current moment. So Udyr decides, yo, I'm finally here, and I have gone back to base. Maybe I can do some stuff here. But at the same time, you see there, while the Pantheon shoots in, Udyr's now chasing down the Briar. A little bit of an overcommit for this Herald. Talking about this, you know, at this particular stage, what do we have? 2.5 in pocket. Udyr's coming out of base. You categorically know the guy just did the Dragon. Global dings. So, you know he's going to be coming back to the top side to sequence all the way down again. That's what he does. Good gank here again on the cleanup. Shoved away from bounds. Like, it's just over 3 plates. There's no reason to kind of shove this down with Herald just yet. We got the time runted. I would control my blue side quadrant with this time invest instead, and then ensure I go back to base. Because while you could leave this up and go back to base, Udyr might decide to, you know, if he was tracking you properly, hey, she showed top lane. Hey, she took Herald. Hey, she showed top lane with, you know, a blue buff, so that's 8 CS since the last time I saw her, and that means the Grump and the Wolves are available. And then they might try and steal them. So for me, it's like, okay, shove it out, finish the quadrant, reset, and I'll go Mega Fist Snowball one of these lanes. You got a Ziggs here. This is a huge one. You could do this with Ziggs because of a satchel charge as well, and you know that this guy's topside, sequencing down again. So you create a gap, right? And obviously this means basing here will create that bigger gap. But if you're worried about him counter-jungling you, or if it's a game where he's a bit more ahead, then it can be prudent to kind of just ensure you take these camps, base, spend, gold trigger, yada yada, and now flip bottom side. He will be there, but you will be your stronger self, and you can trust that you can kind of go in for that fight. So, choose which path you like. Either base after the repeat gank and the shove, or finish off your blue side quadrant and go back to base thereafter. But this is the in-between that I don't like, because you know Udyr's going to be here. Pantheon has disappeared after the kill in the mid lane. The guy is ultimate up, and if you're not timing it, you know, it's okay to die to it, but you don't want to give shutdowns away in that particular case. I think that's rather tragic. And Udyr here, again, he's not thinking about what I'm telling you. Take the blue side quadrant. Counter jungle. Control. Deny. She's dead. Take it all and leave. Right? Counter jungling is the spice of life. Now, if I'm Briar, I probably assume that, you know, that guy has actually gone ahead and done that. We chuck the R in the mid lane. We say hello. There you go. Good spell. So the Udyr could have taken some camps, fallen back to his quadrant, cut down to this one, shadowing this. If we're dragging his CS, we know that he is in fact not taking our blue side. We get this RNG scuttle. So again, missed counter jungling opportunities and a lack of punishing mistakes is what causes the downfall of junglers on this patch. Because currently we're up 6 CS and she's up in the ganking. And now he's starting to get a little bit strong, but she is significantly stronger than him and she will kill him here. W2 will do the work. There you go. Flash target if you need to. And see, now we could use a Herald, right? A little bit. Now we could maybe use a Herald and punch it down. Not literally here because we don't have it and the game has changed because we used it, but you know what I mean. Possibility to potentially use it here or here, I think, is pretty good and nice. Now we fall back to our red, but again, like Udyr dies. go take his blue, right? Go take his shit. I think both junglers are just missing the counter jungling. This is the one thing that separates the best junglers on this patch to the rest of them. See, now we don't have our E damage reduction, but that's okay. We got the heals. That's more than enough. Avoid the Q execute, which we do. Yeah, like, these are little snacks, right? And again, in this main channel video, I'm going to cover this a bit more in a core example, but yeah, the examples I have are a high elo challenge example, a diamond master tier example, and then a gold platinum example. And they're all a little bit different, but they show the different levels of how you can and when to counter jungle. There we go, that hits, that'll be a dead Ashe. It really shows the advantages you gain by punishing the mistakes through the system. And here now, even if the Udyr dies, you say, well, he's only here because you didn't counter jungle. True, but, you know, things happen and the game changes, right? It's like you go back in time, you go back in time, you step on a twig, and the course of human history is changed forever, right? It's not quite like that, but when you don't do what you could have, the reality where that was going to occur no longer matters, and the camps are here, so now how do you play on that, right? Ah, shit. I didn't take his blue and gromp. That means he'll be in his blue and gromp. I guess I can go kill him on them. That's what that means. Versus, hey, I took his blue and gromp. He's going to notice they're gone. Can I counter gank him and kill him there, or just take my red side and I know he's going top side, so what can I do with that information? Can I invade him on the top side? Can I take the Herald away? Right? Your decisions kind of domino off of those, well, they domino off of each other, really. But yeah, the counter jungling for me is huge. Ziggs ult does miss. We'll hit the Q onto the Ashe here. Should be a free kill as well. Gold Drinker active. In this particular game, do I like the Gore? Yeah, I do, because of the two solo laners in the jungle, and you should have no issues sticking to Ashe reasonably well, or just killing her before she tries to kite you to Kingdom Come. This guy's not in his own jungle, so what you're learning is you get significantly less experience through your own camps, and, well, no, your camps are the same, but it's slower, right? It's slower because you have to take longer to clear the camps, so that's what I mean. Like, you're getting less econ per minute. And then pushing and holding waves is significantly reduced. Hugely so. Catch-up experience through that as well. If you can then just ensure that the enemy jungler is level 9 clearing a level 11 camp, that's hilarious. They have spent so long doing it that you can use that tempo in a better way. Okay, we check the R. Does it hit and connect with Destiny? Yes, it does, the Witcher says. Here we go. Boing! Fear everyone in another direction. We'll kill the Karthus quickly. Karthus is going to spam buttons while we're dead. We're going to use our E to try and avoid death from his R, but unfortunately, well, not much you can do about that. They do get the second dragon here. Udyr's now running down people a little bit. Set shows up and literally fists him. Go, Ashe. Go, Ashe. You can do it. Can she do it? Yes, she can. Yes, she can. If he hit that... Oh, no, he's on the other team. For a second, I thought it was Gold Drinker Set. I was like, excuse me? That's the Aatrox on the top side. So, the Udyr now is up 6 CS, 247. You know, 7 out of 15 KP solid, but we should be 30 to 40 CS up on the Briar given the activity she had on the map and the few deaths that she had. Now, I'm not a fan of the Gold Drinker Blade of the Rune King build at all. It does statistically work, but the champion kind of works in a lot of regards, so that's kind of where that is. I still highly recommend the Stridebreaker Black Cleaver attack as your default baseline. Obviously, in this particular case, you can go Spirit Visage, really good with the Blade and the Gore as well, and with the champion in general, plus some tankier atomization if you wanted, or Death's Dance and things like that. There are choices, as they say. But Udyr is going to greed for this Herald, knowing that they're most likely going to come for this side, and decides to die for it. Now you're saying, but how could he have possibly known? Well, think about it logically. She's Giga-fed, this is the objective on the map. She was just down here. Probably swap. So you don't need to always track the numbers at an astronaut level, right? You know, you don't need to apply capitalist laws of orbital motion for tracking. You just need to use your brain. Okay, well, like they were just a bottom side, they had a red buff, they tried to do a dragon, they died at it. And the next objective's Herald, like they're probably going to go top side now. I mean, why go bottom side again? And if they do go bottom side again, you get a free Herald, so why do you care? Just assume that your tracking is correct and then the mistake is underneath. Okay, what can you do to punish that mistake? And, you know, we speak faster like this in this elo because this is the shit you're going to have to understand quickly if you want to be Master Tier. And that's the biggest difference between Diamond 1 and 2 and Master Tier is speed of decision making, snappiness, and where it really comes in here. Nice over-the-wall trap on the Udyr here, obviously, but you see the Udyr's strength. Like, he gets wiped very, very quickly, but you see up front, with this build, okay, like, maybe, for like a split second, like, maybe, and obviously Briar being this fed, it's never going to happen, but what if he had the lead? What if he had the 2,000 gold lead? Must be like it's 4,300. So, well, I underestimated that, but I kind of knew it. It was just I wanted to say like hypothetically, like a 2,000 gold lead is possible in most games if you jungle correctly. Kind of where I was going with this, but yeah, that's a lot bigger. But still, with a 5,000 gold deficit, the guy did a decent amount of upfront damage, which of course with Q, Trinity Force, you know, Q max Trinity Force, that's what's going to happen, especially max HP damage, right? Even nerfed is still pretty strong. Ooh, here we go, disco. It's gonna hit ya. Here we go. Gonna get stunned underneath the turret though by the Pantheon, so we have to make sure we are flashing out here. We do have our E, we have a W Berserk as well. Oh, the Q finish is huge. That's not even Q finish, it's just a pop goes the weasel situation. Guys, a lot of damage. Pantheon's pretty strong. Pantheon is pretty strong. Udyr, look at this, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, imagine if you had more than 5,800 gold at 18 minutes, sir. He also went pop goes the weasel, but that was categorically from the ultimate. Huh. That's what I'm saying, guys. It's okay to give the Briars and the Lee Sins and the Shakos their dues. You know they're gonna gank, you cannot match it. Counter jungle their camps. Make it difficult for them to clear, which means they have less time on the map, which you can then use to do other stuff. You get more golden experience as well. Snowball effect of that. Huge. Massive. Gigantic. Maximum. Alright. Now, nothing happens for a little bit, for about a minute. We're going to reset it for this dragon here. Gold amount now, 6.2, 11.2. Anybody else in the 10s? Yes, Ziggs is 11.2 as well, and 9.1 for the Pantheon, so he's decently strong. Here we go. He's going to get blown up on the left screen here. We're going to go on the Ash here, get the free kill. There we go. Smite damage for that one. Finish off the Pantheon. TV from the AA Ron. And again, nothing you can do against a fed Briar. Which is why, again, if you have so much fear... Tick tick on the recon, tick tick on the recon. Oh, he shields himself and we kill the Fury kills the Udyr. If you fear as the Udyr, like, think from Udyr's perspective. You fear the Briar so much. Why worry about level 1? It's like worrying about a Karth. Well, that was a wild ride. That was a nice hit though. That was a good hit. I like that hit. Congratulations. I was looking at the camera. Okay, so if you're worried about the enemy jungler's strategy, like you're against a Karthus, okay, he's going to full clear by 252, 255, practically most likely 3 minutes. I can't invade him or kill him and stop that sequencing. What do? Well, why don't you set up a Purr thing and an action that allows you to counter jungle with Prio, his second Gromp spawn, his second Wolf spawn, his second Raptor spawn at 5 minutes. Get your mid lane Prio there, and so you can just go fist him and take his second Krugs. Now you know he's going to the bottom side with 0 cams. Maybe you can counter gank him thereafter, right? Like, there are ways to counter them. But you have to delay it sometimes. With the Briar, yeah, you want to stop her. Okay, well, you full clear faster than her, and you can path the opposite and get lanes ahead. And then when she's behind and she doesn't get free ganks, hey, now we can kill her. And I think when you freak out about a jungler like this Udyr very clearly did, this team did against the Briar, you try this level 1 stuff that isn't your strength at all, what are you doing? You know? And I understand like both teams did the invade juice, as you saw, but I feel like it's just such a waste of time. I hate it so much. Just ward up, make sure Briar's not invading me. That's obviously what we want to track, as you know, that can happen. Ult across. That one is much lower range. Pop goes the Weasel. And if you can hit that, then your Gore Drink is always going to be useful. Black Cleaver here as well. What would we finish off with? Spirit Visage GA, Spirit Visage DD probably. Maximize a healing reduction. Well, healing addition. Whatever. My brain is starting to fry. We had a long day, I can tell you that much. So, we're trying to hit the inhibitors. Now we can fall back down, take some camps. See, this is it, right? Now you're looking at it. Let's take stock. We're up 50 CS, almost 40 CS, 41 CS. And we can kill everybody. Now we can keep taking more camps. Obviously, don't overcommit here, but you don't always have a choice. If you don't have the E and you want to cancel that, nice kill by the Fury. Thank you so much. Jump onto the Ash, kill here as well. This guy snacks his red, which is all he can really do. We can push this inhibit ourselves. Udyr's like, hello, look, see, look. You know, like, Udyr just gets absolutely wiped here. Absolutely rinsed. But you can see for a moment in time, it's like if that was 10 times the power. Another one? He died. Would have hit, but he died. Woo! Karthus gets something. He's 16-11. That level 1 fight just ruined everything. Here we go. Yeah, we can rotate over. And in these cases, make sure you use your healing and your W2 as much as you can. Oh, that's an Ash Arrow. Nice redemption. That beautiful heal as well from the E. We're going to get sucked into the Q there. We're going to flash out of the Q. We're going to go Berserk back onto this. Aatrox is healing just as much as we are, so I don't think we can complain. But, yeah, you took a lot. You took a lot. Hey, the Steric's actually even better. I'm not going to lie. I'm talking a little bit out of my ass sometimes. I'm like, hey, let's get some magic resist for this guy and some armor for this guy. But if you've got such a big lead in this particular case, you definitely want the Sterix. And I know that because I do it in volley, and I have done it on Mundo in the past, but then killing my Mundo yet again. Look at Benton, he's going, he's got stuff. So the Sterix gives you the HP, gives you that huge heal on your E, gives you that big lifeline shield. They're so far behind, they're not going to be able to kill you with it, and so you can just end on it. So basically the Sterix buy here is, hey, are we going to end right now? If the game is really equal and there's no ways you're going to end quickly and it's a stall and a stalemate and you have to play a bit more safe, then you can say, hey, should I go for the Spirit Visage plus an armor itemization choice instead of the Sterix? And that's kind of where you kind of hedge your two decision-making processes there. So we're going to go to the Baron. We should snack this one up nice and easy. Rakan goes in, we go in, we get the stuns. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Your W2 will do. Oh, the healing. Because I can't wait for Mythic removal. Remove Gore Drinker, kill it, send it to Mordor. Never want to see it again. Disgusting item. Aatrox is obviously, you know, healing a lot more than most, but see, there's a lifeline. There's a lifeline. We need the W2. We've got the E heal as well, knocking back the disengage, which you can do as well. We obviously have the Blade of the Rune King, which means while we're Berserker healing up as well. A lot of cool stuff happening. Q is up and available. Can we leap onto somebody? We double it over the wall. Berserk is activated onto the Ash, but she escapes. Hello, Karthus. Should be a clean end here. Yeah. There we go. Nice setup, everybody. So, counter jungle. Play your game. Let them do theirs and decide where it is you want to shut it down. And it doesn't have to be level 1. Doesn't have to be level 3. Doesn't have to be level 6. It just has to be where it makes the most sense for your champion and where you can actually exploit the enemy jungle that you're trying to kill. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on this kind of Elo game. But obviously, beautiful game by the Briar. Well played, good tempo. Understood that, hey, after the Raptors, we can just go fist and get everything done, and the Udyr's compromised, so I win, right? And that's basically it. Good Herald control. Didn't care about the dragons because who does, really? Good shit. Thank you very much for watching. Virkayu GG for all the good stuff, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.